Alright guys, so today we will discuss yung design and analysis of one-way slab. Okay? Yan. So first, define muna natin ano ba yung reinforced concrete slab. Okay, yung reinforced concrete slabs, these are slabs or large flat plates that are supported by beams, walls, or columns. So pwedeng reinforced concrete yan or structural steel. And these are classified based on the following support conditions. So, meron tayong tinatawag na one-way slab which is supported by these two beams lang. So, if yung slab natin ay supported on two opposite sides only, so dito lang and dito, or pwede rin na dito lang and dito sa kabila, so tinatawag natin siyang one-way slab. And if bending occurs in one direction only, which is perpendicular to the supported edges, so yan ay one-way slab. So yung tinutukoy doon na bending is nakaganito siya. So yan, nagbe-bend dito. Ganun din dito, nagbe-bend dito. Yan, nagbe-bend dyan. Yan. So ganun kapag one-way slab. Now kapag two-way slab naman, if the slab is supported by beams on all four edges, so two-way slab ang tawag natin dyan. Pero hindi lahat ng slab na supported on four edges ay two-way slab. So sometimes one-way slab din yan. Depende sa haba ng longer direction or longer span ng ating slab. So kapag two-way yung slab, yung bending natin occurs in both directions, meaning meron tayong bending dito and meron tayong bending dun sa kabila. Okay? So sabi din dito, no, naglagay ako ng note dito kasi sabi ko nga kanina, hindi palaging two-way slab kapag supported on all four sides or all four edges. So sabi dito, if a rectangular slab is supported on all four sides, but the longer side is at least twice the length of the shorter side, it will act as a one-way slab for practical purposes. Okay? Ayan. So, ito na yan. No? So, ang condition natin, kapag yung ratio ng L at S ay greater than or equal to 2, so kapag daw ito ay dinivide natin ng length nitong short span and ang lumabas ay greater than or equal to 2, yung slab daw natin ay mag-a-act as one-way slab. But if yung ratio ng L to S natin ay less than 2, the slab acts as a two-way slab. Okay? Ayan. Okay, so, ayan. Nilagay ko lang dito yung meaning ng L at saka ng S. So, longer span length and shorter span length. Okay? Ayan. So, ito yung ibig ko sabihin kanina sa bending in one direction. Yung direction ng bending natin ay iisa lang. So, kung mapapansin nyo yan, ganito yung bakal. Okay? So, kapag nagde-design na tayo, i-discuss ko isa-isa yan kung para saan itong nakabend dito and itong reinforcing bars that are perpendicular dun sa mga reinforcing bars na to. Okay? Ayan. So, for two-way slab naman, yung bending into direction. So, may bending tayo dito, may bending din tayo dito sa kabila. So, ganun yung ating two-way slab. And, iba din yung reinforcement dito. So, dalawa na dito yung nakaliko. Dito sa direction na to, and dito sa direction na to. Okay? Ayan. Next, let us now discuss yung pagkuha ng thickness ng slab. Okay, so sabi sa NSCP 2015, minimum slab thickness. So for solid non-pre-stressed slabs not supporting or attached for partitions or other construction likely to be damaged by large deflections, yung overall slab thickness natin na H shall not be less than the limits in the following or the table 407.3.1.1 unless the calculated deflection limits of section 407.3.2 are satisfied. So, yung nakalagay sa table na yon is ito. So, we have here minimum thickness of solid non-pre-stressed one-way slabs. Then, we have the support conditions. Meron tayong minimum H or minimum thickness. And kapag simply supported yung ating Slab, ibig sabihin walang continuity sa both sides niya or walang kadugtong na slab. So, we will use L over 20. Now, for one end continuous, ibig sabihin, merong slab sa isang side. Okay, yung slab natin may kadugtong na isang slab pa sa kabilang side. Sa isang side lang. So, that's L over 24. Pag both ends continuous, so kapag pagka yung slab natin ay may continuity sa kanyang dalawang sides, so meron tayo ditong L over 28 na ginagamit. And for cantilever, we have L over 10. Okay? So, take note, yung L natin is equal to the center-to-center distance of support kapag ang kinoconsider natin class is itong tatlo. Now, for cantilever, iba yung ginagamit natin dyan. So, later, i-discuss ko kung ano yung ginagamit natin for cantilever na support condition. And take note, sabi dito, expression applicable for normal weight concrete and Fy equals 420 megapascals only. Ibig sabihin, gagamitin nyo lang to for normal weight concrete, itong table na to, and Fy na 420 megapascals. Now, for other cases, minimum H shall be modified in accordance with sections 407.3.1.1 through 407.3.1.1.3 as appropriate. So, sabi naman dun sa 407.3.1.1 na yon, for Fy other than 420 megapascals, so yung mga nakalagay dito na formula shall be multiplied by 0.4 plus Fy over 700. Okay? Ayan. So, let's try some problems muna before we continue our discussion. Okay, so let's try this problem. Una, so sabi dito sa problem na to, i-determine daw natin kung ito daw slab 1, 2, and 3 are one-way or two-way slabs. And take note, given yung ating mga values dito na S1, S2, S3, tsaka itong L1, L2, and L3. Also, given din yung ating F prime of C and Fy na 280 megapascals. Okay? So, sige, compute na natin, no? For slab 1 muna tayo. So, para ma-determine natin kung one-way or two-way yung slab, so sabi ko kanina, kukunin natin yung ratio ng L to S. Okay? Okay, so for slab 1, ito yon. Ang L natin dito is 8.5. And ang ating S1, dito nakalagay ay 3 meters. Okay, so calculating for the ratio ng L to S, so we have here 8.5 divided by 3. Okay? Yan. So, compute na natin ng 8.5 over 3. Ay, makakuha kayo dyan ng 2.833. So, ratio yan. So, wala siyang unit. Okay? Yan. Sabi ko kanina, if L to S ratio is greater than or equal sa 2, therefore, one way yung slab natin. Okay? Next, for slab 2 naman, yung L to S ratio niya is 8.5. Tingnan natin, for slab 2, ang kanyang S2 ay 4. So, 8.5 over 4. Yan. Pag ito ay more than 2, so 2.125. Therefore, greater din siya sa 2. So, one-way slab din siya. Okay? Yan. So, one-way slab din tayo dyan. Next, for slab 3 naman, yung ating L to S ratio. So, this is 8.5. For slab 3, yung S3 natin ay 3.5. Ayan. So, sagot natin dito class is 2.429. Which is greater than 2 pa din. So, therefore, one-way slab pa rin siya. Okay, so for some engineers or sa mga textbooks din, ang ginagamit nila is yung S over L. which is the ratio of short span to long span. So kapag ganyan yung ginamit nyo, ang ating setup dyan, kapag yung S over L natin ay less than or equal sa 0.5, one-way slab tayo dyan. Okay? Kapag ang S over L natin ay greater than 0.5, two-way slab tayo. And take note, may mga cases na S over L equals 0.5. Okay? Or kung yung L over S ay 2.0. So kapag ganito class, ang suggested or recommended na gamitin natin is yung one-way slab for practicality purposes. Pero hindi mali na i-consider mo siya as two-way slab. Ano? For practicality. Pag de-design kayo ng slab for practicality ay one-way slab tayo. Purposes. So, pwede rin na hindi siya mali. Ano? Can be designed also as two-way slab. Ayan. So, yan. That's it. Yung calculation natin para ma-determine kung two-way or one-way yung slab natin. Okay, next. Okay, so sabi naman sa problem na to, determine the minimum thickness of slab 1, 2, and slab 3. So dito gagamitin natin yung nakalagay sa NSCP, which is itong table 407.3.1.1. Okay, so ang next natin gagawin dito, para makita nyo, para makita nyo kung anong gagamitin, we need to cut this section muna. So i-cut natin yung section na yan and makikita nyo dyan yung itsura ng ating mga slab, okay? Yan. So pag tinignan nyo sa direction na to, ganito yung makikita natin. Okay, so ganito guys yung makikita nyo. Ano? So meron tayo ditong beam which is yung nasa N. Itong beam na to. Ano? So ito yung beam 1. Bigyan ko ng number. Ano? Beam 2, beam 3, and beam 4. So let's say this is your 1, 2, 3, and then ito yung beam 4 natin. Okay? Now, to determine the minimum thickness of slab 1, so yung slab 1 natin dito, class ito. Ito yun. Ito yung slab 1. Then, this is your slab 2. And then, ito yung slab 3 natin. Okay? Yan. To determine the thickness, yung ating minimum H for slab 1 ay ano. So, titingnan nyo. For slab 1, makikita nyo dito, may kadugtong yung slab 1 dito sa side na to. Pero dito sa side na to, wala tayong slab dito sa portion na to. Therefore, siya ay pumapasok dun sa condition na 1n continuous. Okay? So, for 1n continuous, we will use L over 24. Okay? So, take note, sabi dito, expression applicable for normal weight concrete and Fy na 420 megapascals. So, you have to check muna kung anong Fy. So, dito sa case na to, ang Fy natin is 280 megapascal. Therefore, hindi applicable na ito lang yung gagamitin natin. We need to use itong nakalagay dito sa 407.3.1.1. Sabi dito, for Fy other than 420 megapascals, the expressions in table 407.3.1.1 shall be multiplied by 0.4 plus Fy over 700. So, lalagay ko lang dito yung 0.4 plus Fy over 700. Ano? Ito yung para dun sa mga merong Fy na hindi 420. Okay? So, pero kung halimbawa ay 420 yan, itong term na to nasa loob. If you try to calculate, kung yung Fy natin ay 420, yan. So, ang sagot dito kasi, ang mangyayari kasi diyan ay, yan, 'di ba? 0.4 pa-plus natin siya sa FY natin which is let's say 420 over 700. So, dito ay meron tayong 1.0. So, ibig sabihin, kahit gamitin mo yan, kung 420 yung FY mo, maka-cancel lang din siya. Magiging 1 lang din siya. Okay? Yan. So, dito, if FY is equal to 420. So, yung expression natin na to will be equal to 1. Okay? Ayan. So, try naman natin yung ano na, yung actual na calculation. So, dito, take note, yung ating L is the center to center distance of supports. So, dito yung ating gagamitin for slab 1 is yung ating S1. Tatandaan nyo, hindi yun yung length ng longer na nasa longer direction. Ang tinitingnan natin dyan is yung nasa shorter direction, which is yung 3 meters or yung 3,000 mm. Divide 24. Then, ita-times natin sa 0.4 plus yung ating FY na 280 over 700. So, dito makukuha natin yung ating so, type ko lang dito. 0.5 plus 280 over 700. Yeah, so you will get 100 mm for slab 1, okay? Next. For slab 2 naman, so check nyo yung condition. For slab 2 kasi, we have the, meron tayo dito sa side na to na continuous. Kumbaga, sa slab 2 may kadugtong siyang slab. Sa kabilang side, meron din tayong kadugtong na slab which is slab 1. Sa kabilang side, slab 3. So pag ganito, nandun siya sa condition na both ends continuous, therefore we will use L over 20. Okay? So dito, for slab 2, ang gagamitin natin na H minimum natin is L over 28. Okay? So L over 28 yung nakalagay. Next, so same, since Fy is not equal to 420, so we will use 0.4 plus 280 over 700. So sulat lang natin dito. Our L is 4,000, 4,000 mm, divided by 28 times 0.4 plus 280 over 700. Yan. So, dito makakakuha tayo ng value ng H minimum for slab 2. So, ito ay gagawin kong 28. Yan. So, here meron tayong 114.286. Okay. Yan. So, pwede ito na 115 or 120 or pwede rin na 125 mm. Okay? So, can be divisible by 5, 10, or 25. So, usually naka-divisible by 25 yan. Kasi 1 inch natin ay nasa 25.4 mm. Okay? Yan. So, ganyan ang ginagawa natin, no? Pagka slab 3 naman, so for slab 3, same siya with the slab 1 kasi sa slab 3 natin may kadugtong siya dito sa kabilang side na slab. So, meron tayong slab dito sa 2. Pero sa kabilang side, wala na siyang slab dito. So, therefore, we will use yung L over 24 for this, So, kopyahin ko lang to. So, dito palitan ko 'to ng 3.5 ano, kasi 3,500 yung ating length. Yan yung nakalagay dito, 3.5 meters. So, 3,500 yan, divided by 24. So, dito makakakuha tayo ng ito ay 24, ano. Yan. So, makakakuha tayo dito ng 116.667 mm. So, therefore, kung ako dyan ang magpipili ng thickness, gagamitin ko dyan 120 mm or 125 mm. Okay, so that's how you calculate for the minimum thickness sa slab 1, 2, and 3. Now, for additional information, kapag simply supported yung beam natin, yung ating one-way slab. So, let's say ito yung beam natin. Then, meron kayong one-way slab dito. And then, beam. So, para makuha natin yung thickness niya, you need to get this distance L. And take note, wala tayo ditong slab sa kabilang side. Wala tayong slab dito sa kabilang side. Therefore, siya ay papasok sa simply supported. Okay? So, kung papasok siya sa simply supported, yun yung L over 20 as stated dito sa table natin. L over 20. Ito. Okay? Times 0.4 plus Fy over 700. Kung Fy is not equal to 420. Okay? Pero sabi ko nga kanina, kahit palitan mo lang to ng 420, kung 420 yung Fy, magiging 1 lang yung expression na to. Okay? Ayan. Next, paano naman kung cantilever? So, kung cantilever class, as stated sa NSCP, yung L daw doon is the clear projection ng cantilever. Therefore, ang L na i-consider nyo dyan is mula dito sa, sabi clear projection so mula dito papunta dun. So, ito yung ating L. Okay? And for cantilever, yung ating H minimum is equal to L over 10 as stated ulit dito sa table natin na ito. So, L over 10 yan. And, ganun pa din, meron pa din tayong multiply dyan na 0.4 plus yung Fy natin over 700. Okay? So, yan. Ganun lang kasimple yung pag-determine ng minimum thickness natin. Okay? So, yan. That's it for calculation natin for minimum thickness ng one-way slab.